You've probably heard that your Instagram feed is politicized and teeming with misinformation. But this doesn't just stem from accounts posting purposefully polarizing or incorrect information.
I do worry that what I posted could harm people.
Seemingly relaxed, upbeat spaces on Instagram can be just as misleading if you aren't careful.
You've got to get trusted messengers out there, getting people to understand why it's important to get vaccinated for themselves, their family, and the community. And different types of people in different phases in life have different trusted messengers.
This can be true within the wellness community. Parts of this group believe in supplemental, nature-based ways to cure and prevent illness, which may include being against vaccinations.
It feels like leaving a cult in a lot of ways.
Lydia Green was against getting her kids vaccinated for over a decade because of the wellness community she found online. But she left these views behind during the coronavirus pandemic.
I do remember the moment that I was able to open myself up to other information without feeling this huge barrier and defense. When COVID hit was when I was able to open myself up after like 12 years of not being able to vaccinate, to actually read information.
Given that the wellness community orbits medical territory, influencers within this group may expose their followers to health misinformation. So, why do some wellness followers buy into inaccurate information? There are a few ways it happens. Through pandemic-related isolation, many people have found community online. Accepting beliefs can be a part of belonging to that community.
It is a community, right? You have support at your fingertips whenever you need it. If you need to rant about something, if you're having a problem.
Adding emotion into an argument pulls on the heartstrings, but it isn't always logically based.
Everything is fear-based. It's not fact-based. It's all wrapped up in the tiny, tiny chance that something could go wrong. And then you support that fear with unverified anecdotes.
Taking bits and pieces of complex scientific data doesn't provide full, correct context for the information.
It's almost like everything's been turned into a personality test or a horoscope. They've bastardized science to the point where it sounds really legitimate.
Within the wellness community, injecting vaccines has become shorthand for injecting toxins, particularly because they've been produced by pharmaceutical companies.
They frame it in such a way like this is the way nature wants us to nurture and raise our children, and this is how you raise robust, healthy kids.
Casting doubt on the motives of public health agencies, like the Centers for Disease Control, plays off of pre-existing fears and continues to skew trust away from experts.
We need to trust the experts again. And we need to look at what the consensus is. And we need to trust that these people know diagnostic criteria. I don't know how we come back to our senses. But like the tribalism and the wanting to have an identity is so strong right now, especially now that we're isolated from each other. So that I get why we're doing this, why we're reaching out to all these different online communities and forming these tribes and these, belief systems that we can't now get out of because our sense of self and our sense of relationships are tied up in them.